Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to TIO Stadium in Darwin. We're nearly underwater here this afternoon on beautiful Waratah country. It is wet season, so we love our rain up here, but we're here for week one of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Finals, and we've got a qualifying final today between St Mary's and Waratah. My name's Liz Cruz, and joining me in the commentary box today, NTFL Premiership player Tash Medbury. How are you, Tash?
Yeah, needed my flippers to get up here. There's that much water on the stairs and at the back of the door here. But yeah, looking forward to this game, and I guess it probably would have had Saints as real big favourites, but this weather makes it a pretty even field.
Yeah, it really neutralises it a bit. St Mary's finished second, and Tars finished third, with Pints getting the week off this weekend at St Mary's with the early entry, Tash.
Yeah, Pontus started in the middle. She's just driven it into the forward 50 there. Look at that. Look at the ball's not bouncing at all. Billy Byers goes without it. So they need to be careful, get first to the ball here. There'll be a few free kicks for in the back, I'd feel. So they play smart football.
That's it.
So just so dangerous in the forward 50, St Mary's, and of course the leading goal kicker, of course,
Caitlin Armstrong.
Yeah, down
Look at
there.
that ball just stopping where it hits the ground. I just commentated the game before this, and the ground wasn't like this. We've had a massive storm come through in between the two games. So it's very different conditions to even half an hour ago. So ball up, deep in the St Mary's forward line.
Good contest there. Just need to stay off the back of the packs here. Ball's going to drop short always. He kicks off the ground, trying to get it forward here. McNeil. There she is. Oh, that time she dropped it, but good in these ground level as well. So Tars under a bit of pressure to start the game, and there you go. Any other time that would have gone out of bounds, but it just sits there. Tars chain of handballs, trying to clear this 50, finding it nearly impossible. Good intercept there by Waratah.
Yeah, very hard to control the ball, but just need to throw it on the boot, which is exactly what Hannah Fosbrook does. Looking for Caitlin Armstrong, who tries to mark it in the goal square, but hits the deck. It is, I don't think I've ever seen TIO Stadium this wet.
No, it isn't. And just Armstrong there, I reckon she winded herself just a bit.
Yeah, she fell flat on her back quite heavily, so trying to mark that ball, but Tars have worked it out and got it into the hands of Laura Smith on the far wing, just outside St Mary's 50.
And all they need to do here is just chip the ball. Don't try and go long, because you're not going to be able to do it in these conditions. So Waratah's probably had the right idea there, and if they can hold it up here, they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, that ball's going to be super soggy and heavy. We'll see a ball up, and the rain has eased off a little bit, which is good, but there is a lot of water on the ground out there.
And just before this game started, the flags were favouring the airport end, and now they've turned right around and it's a Michael Long end. So that's the end that St Mary's are kicking to, and out of bounds on the full. Free kick going the way of Danielle Ponta.
Well, what a superstar Danielle is. She's a two-time AFLW Premiership player with the Adelaide Crows, and she's injected herself back into this St Mary's side, where she was born and bred into the club. Mum is Susie Long, the sister of Michael Long, and Dad Shane Ponta, who's a six-time Premiership player for St Mary's himself. So Danielle Ponta on the far wing.
And good of her teammate Jade Delacour to jump the fence and get the ball for her, as you would for a AFLW Premiership player. Again, good contest. There's going to be a lot of sore bodies after this game, even by half time. So the umpire, and I reckon that's a good call as well. I reckon in these conditions, he really needs to keep the ball flowing, and so some early calls and just reward the player getting first to the footy. So again, Waratah goes without it. Danielle Ponta again, clean hands in these conditions, look good. Couldn't take the mark there. Gunderson, I think that is, trying to pick it up. Now she does, shovels it out the back. Looking for a teammate there in Pavic. And over the boundary line for another boundary throw-in.
You know, it'll be on the full.
On the full?
Yeah, Pavic kicked that, and it went over on the full. So a Waratah free kick, and as you said, pretty difficult conditions out there. So I think that's Taryn O'Hare bringing it in, an absolute stalwart of the Waratah backline.
They're looking for a teammate. Kicked it out of bounds on the full, so the flags now are a bit limp. So the rain's come and gone. It's spitting a little bit still, but
Billy Byers with the kick in for Saints.
What's up? I thought that was touched. The umpire at the last minute, but it was touched. It was a late call. And the mark is going the way of Pavic, I think that might be.
Yeah, so in the earlier game, it was Darwin Buffaloes who knocked out Nightcliff Tigers.
Billy Byers, she called the handball. Now she needs to get rid of it. She's under pressure. Puts it to the hot spot. It's all Waratahs. Now coming through Hugh St Mary's players. Under the pump again. Waratahs defenders. Trying to get the ball out. That's a good tackle. That's just about holding the footy. The umpire has called it. Finally, it was a 360 and still didn't get rid of it. So that was a good tackle. And Catherine Dan.
Yeah, Kat Dan, she's played for Saints for about 5 years now. She's from Broome in Western Australia. The Dan family, a huge family over there involved in footy, and she was instrumental in St Mary's win last week. Let's see what she can do with this one.
Noted goal kicker as well, and she's landed that one. So the first on the board, St Mary's. They had to work hard for it, but under enormous pressure, the Waratahs defenders. And yeah, she's a noted goal kicker, that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure she kicked Saints last week as well, from memory. She became a little bit famous a few years ago. She was on The Amazing Race with her cousin, Dwez. So that was lots of fun to watch when you know someone that's on The Amazing Race. But it's St Mary's with the first goal on the board at the 5.5-minute mark here at TIO Stadium in Darwin, and Waratah yet to score.
Yeah, you usually see Dan rotating through the midfield, but they're starting with Danielle Ponter in there, which I think is a really good move, because in these conditions, if you can get the early goals on the board, you don't know if the rain's going to come back, and that makes it really hard to kick goals. As we seen in the last game, it was luckily that Buff sort of got that head start, because the Tigers come screaming home in the last quarter.
They did, and Buffs just created that buffer so that when conditions were hard, they still held their lead. So there's a big scrap on in the middle, but it is Tars that clear it out. Lisa Maselli getting that kick away.
And of course, Waratah's missing Lisa Roberts again. I reckon it'll be the first time just about in Waratah's history that she's not playing in one of their finals.
She is down on the bench, though, I've noticed the last few weeks with that knee injury. But yeah, she's been a massive contributor to NTFL footy for the last 15 or so years.
There's Frill trying to get rid of there's Maselli again. It's a kick away. Forshaw, great captain. She's had a great season as well. Back in the side as well. Janice Singh, good to see her back out there.
Oh, she's so dangerous. And look at her here. She's just trying to tow that ball forward to her advantage.
Perfect conditions for her as well. Very clean. So O'Brien drops short, but boundary throw-in. Deep in the forward pocket here. So an opportunity for Waratahs. Just see how they set up in these conditions. Yeah. You sort of got to change your structures with this weather.
And I think O'Brien's going to go in the ruck again. She's from Queensland. She's a top netballer, I'm led to believe, and she's just so strong in her body that her and Emma McNeil are going to have a fantastic battle today.
Yeah, you've just seen that then, just the strength of the both of them. Good tussle. It comes out the back. This is where they need to be careful. Ooh. Smith. Now St Mary's are the ones under the pump. Smith in there again. Good vision to get it out to a teammate there in Hunt. Waratah. Oh, parked underneath it. That's a good kick, and there she is, as you called it. So Laurie Niven, I think, just got caught ball watching a little bit there. And fortunately for Waratahs, it landed in her lap. You won't get many easy opportunities like that in this weather.
Nah, and yeah, I just love the way she goes about her football, O'Brien, and she should get Tars on the board with their first major for the game. A quick reply to St Mary's goal at the 8-minute mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, they worked hard for that, and as you said, Janice Singh, it's good to see her back out there, and this is favourable conditions for her, but just the way they moved the ball, they sort of went back to go forward, and fortunately it landed in the lap of O'Brien uncontested.
Yeah, I think when they played in round 17, everyone thought Saints were on a roll and it was going to be, a bit of a win to St Mary's, but Waratah really held them. It was a really hotly contested game, and Saints just put the burners on in the last quarter and got the win by 13 points. But up until the last quarter, it was super close, and I think we're going to see that again out here today, Tash.
Yeah, I reckon you're spot on. So here we go, McNeil and Smith. I think that's Pavic. Yeah, Pavic. So Pavic, they usually rotate through the ruck there. So
so St Mary's had Kirrily Parnell for the first half of the season, but she's gone down to play VFL footy, and Pavic made the move up. She's only 18, 19 herself, who's come up from Melbourne to play the second half of the season, specifically for that ruck role.
Misford got that out to Maselli, so she started the game really well, Maselli. Rafa. So she's their captain, I think, today. Yeah, she is. Waratah, why Lisa Roberts is missing, which is credit to her. She's only a young player as well.
Yeah, she's only about 18. She played about 5 games in seniors last season, and she was picked in the NTFL rep side earlier in the year. As you see that ball go in, looking for Aggie Singh at the back, but
here she is
gets
now.
scooped out. She just kicks it forward, and the water is just coming up off the ground. Missy Friel trying to toe poke it forward, but the ball's not going to travel very far today. She's had about 5 or 6 kicks. Now she dives on the ball, but it's O'Brien at the back that picks it up, gets the kick away, and Aggie Singh's picked it up right on the boundary. Looking for someone, but there's no one there, and Laurie Niven should bring that out easily.
There's a lake in the goal
there
square
is.
there.
Take the fishing rod out there and see if we can catch the $1 million barra.
So Billy Byers, she's got 3 to beat here. So the idea is to, if you can get the ball, keep moving it forward by kicking it off the ground, but also if you can get down and bend and try and pick it up, if they get in your back, you're going to earn the free kick. So
the problem with kicking it off the ground, it's not going to go very far. It's just going to stop in these conditions. So St Mary's just working it forward to the edge of the square there. And there's a real scrap on Danielle Ponta bringing the ball to ground. I'm not sure if she gave away a free kick there. The player didn't have it. But,
yeah, I thought there was an earlier one in there the umpire didn't see. I reckon that was a square up because one of the Waratah's players was getting held without the footy. But
so Lauren Pluker with that free kick, and she was a standout for Waratah last time these two played. She manned up on Danielle Ponta.
So Maselli again moves that forward, only as far as Minetti. And she ducked into that. That was Stark, I think that was. So the umpire, right, said play on. Billy Byers can't pick it up. She went to Shepherd. Bit of a lack of communication there with Bryant. Now they move it forward here at the Saints. There's Dan, the goal kicker. Pushed off there was Gunderson. Dan moves the ball forward. There's Ponta. Well, look at that. Picks it up, one hand. Turn, gives it to Pavic. Pavic with a bit of wheels, gets past her opponent. And
there's Armstrong at the back, but she's going to get a free kick for holding. So
it's against Jenna Daniel there.
Yeah, so she's too far out to score. She's going to look for a teammate here.
And oh, that's a good kick. And Ponta's dropped a sitter there in the goal square, unfortunately. But very smart there, Armstrong, is that why the umpire was setting the mark and her opponent was sort of watching that. She played on quickly and moved the ball forward and just gained that extra 5 metres to get in the goal square.
She did. So Waratah just making rotations there. Lauren O'Shea running on, and just looking at the player who come off. I think that's Laura Smith who's come off. Lauren O'Shea's probably played in 5 or 6 premierships for Waratah. Very experienced player as O'Brien gets the kick away. Jamie Bryant leads the foot race now for St Mary's. Gets around traffic, gives it off to Emma Stark, who's going to chuck it on the right, looking for a target in the St Mary's forward line, but chopped off by Waratah. Some excellent defence there.
Yeah, just looking in the sky here, the clouds coming over. There's more clouds coming, and it's really, really dark. It looks like there's a...
Oh, it's going to be a long day. We're here for all day for footy.
Yeah, Dan, so good mark. She needs to move it in quickly here because Waratahs are flooding back. And again, just the numbers.
Yeah, Tarano here again. She's a great defender.
That's a good mark. Well done to Misford there.
Come up from Melbourne, Mifsud. Her dad, Jason Mifsud, was an AFL player.
Oh, she's got herself into trouble.
She took it on now, and that should be holding the ball, and I think it's cat down again for St Mary's.
Yeah, she just kicks away some water there. Wasn't happy with that. Probably not the best delivery into Gunderson. Good pick up there by Long.
Danielle
Ponta right in front of goals, and she's got St Mary's second. So she dropped a sitter in the goal square, but she redeems herself and gets the second on the board. So she's had a good start, but well done to Long there just to move the ball forward. So we'll just watch here. Not the best kick in Gunderson, but important in these sort of weathers, just try and get boot to ball, and that's what she did. And Ponta just out-muscled her opponent there.
Yeah, and of course,
strength.
Her and Nikita Long are cousins, with obviously through the Long family, so they've got that connection where they've probably played footy together all their lives. So 13.5-minute mark of the first quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. It is St Mary's 2-1-13, leading Waratah 1 straight goal 6.
Just watching the rotations as well that St Mary's are swinging.
Yeah, they've got Gunderson, McNeil, and I think that's Hannah Fosbrook on the bench. Georgia Marsland is just running on, and that ball's gone inside Waratah 50. Picked up by Emily Forshaw, who cops a high tackle, and she'll get a free kick.
Moves it quickly, so she's got the idea, the captain. Emma Stark accidentally kicked that one off the ground, but it's turned in her favour. Bit of a shovel out there. The umpire lets that go. Kano tries to pick it up, sliding in there and then straight into her back. The umpire let that go. A bit of push and shove there between those players. There's Stark still in there as well, and they're going to have to... Oh, there the umpire says play on. Not really coming out there. I thought there was a couple of players that dived on that when it could have kept moving, but benefit of the doubt.
Billy Byers, the last one to get up, giving the ball back to the umpire. McNeil going up in the ruck now against O'Brien for Waratah.
Just out jump there. Picked up, kick forward by Kibbett, I think that was. The bell. So they need to move it quickly again. They do. And at the back is O'Shea with their experience. I thought that was front-on contact there by Forshaw, but the umpire let it go. There's Singh, and she's got it.
Aggie Singh, what a goal. What a talent.
Opportunist goal there, and at the right place. I thought O'Shea was interfered with the mark there, but anyway, good front and centre there, and good goal. So
yeah, well, those of us who've watched Aggie Singh over the years know how dangerous she is, and just watch her ball sense here. She just picks it up 1, 2, 3, quick steps, gets it through for a goal, and does the double fist pump. She's spent a bit of time down south playing for Essendon in the VFLW, and she played in the rep team last year. She's had a bit of injury this year, so we haven't seen as much of her as we like, but you know,
in and out.
She is just she's got the X factor, Tash.
She definitely does, and she's got some wheels on her as well, but just these conditions, I mean, they just thrive. The small forwards in these conditions just thrown out of the way there. The umpire let it go, kicked off the ground there by Hunt. And then O'Connor goes in hard as well, as she always does. That's a good tackle.
Yeah, just thrown off her kick there. So I think that's O'Brien again. She's just dominating in this first quarter. She gets that kick away, but the ball gets hit to the ground. Oh, another possession now for Jordan Mifsud. She's having a fantastic first quarter, but a handball out there, getting that away. St Mary's looking to clear it out, and that is marked by Georgia Marsland.
Yeah, and the players just come on the bench there. She probably should have gone to the wing, but she went inboard. Waratah's player was just absolutely thrown out of that contest there in Celebrity. And again, with the long sleeves on, and there's a scuffle happening in back play here.
Yeah, Gemma Iakono just saying hello there to Celebrate, but players, they need to keep their calm heads here. Iakono will get the free kick. They don't want to turn it over, and they don't want to get...
And no one's on the mark, so she can play on, and she does.
Don't want to get in fights in finals and miss out on games either.
Yeah, and she's coming straight off Celebrity too, so good coaching there, just to calm down, although she did get ragdolled and didn't get a free kick, so she gave one back, but the retaliator always is the one that gets caught. So
St Mary's trying to pick that ball up there through Fosbrook and Nikita Long. I think there's going to be a free kick to Nikita. So another St Mary's junior. She's the daughter of John Long and Bernie that manages the bar at St Mary's. She kicks that in over the back.
So Stark.
Emma Stark.
Uncontested, so well done to Dan there. Just held her opponent off that footy, and it got over the back. So Stark plays on quickly again, just gets those extra metres, and she's hit the post. Thought that was going through that one.
Well, Emma Stark, she's one of the most exciting young talents around. She won the Junior Sports Person of the Year up here last year, and she made her goal umpiring debut at AFLW level down in Melbourne when she was just 16.
Yeah, she'll have to choose. As she said, she's not quite sure what she will choose when it comes to that, but hopefully she can do both as long as she can. And there's Maselli.
That's a great mark by Lisa Maselli.
With she missed a lot of the start of the season with her knee injury as well. So important player to be back, but what a first quarter.
Unbelievable. 2 goals apiece, but it is St Mary's in the lead, 2-2-14 to Waratah. 2 straight goals. Goal kickers for St Mary's, Danielle Ponta and Catherine Dan, while for Waratah, Jenna Singh and Stephanie O'Brien. We'll go to the quarter-time break and be back for the second quarter after these messages.
To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Beautiful. Goes for home and has nailed an absolute ripstorter. From the pocket, and he's nicked an absolute ripper.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the second quarter of this final between St Mary's and Waratah. We've got a really close game on our hands, just 2 points the difference. But Tash, the good thing is the rain has momentarily stopped after we got absolutely soaked in the first quarter. Yeah, and you can see the water's just drained really well. This oval is known for draining the water really well. The only sort of areas that it's still holding is in the wing areas and in the goal squares. But let's hope that the rain does stay away, because we've got a lot more footy games to come on this oval tonight. So, well, they're doing really well out there, both teams. It's been a high-class game in the first quarter. There's Pontar, again, starting in the midfield. I thought she was held without the footy there. The umpire let it go. Kano gets the ball out. So does Frodsbrook. But O'Brien, as we spoke about, her and Maselli were Waratah's best players in the first quarter, and a good mark to keep it there. So she plays on quickly to Zarapa, who's the captain, of course, why Lisa Roberts has been out. Drives it into the forward 50. Here's Jenna Singh hanging around. Celebrate gives it to her as well. She paddles it forward. Taken head high, and the umpire, I think, has paid that to Laura Smith, but the goal counts, so paying advantage, and Waratahs have the first goal on the board to start the second quarter, Liz. Yeah, and they've hit the lead for the first time all game. 3 straight goals, 18 to St Mary's 2-14. Just watching the replay here, and Mishi Friel at the back there trying to mark it. Celebrate getting the hands out to Aggie Singh, the ball rolling along the ground. Laura Smith able to pick it up. Kick a goal. She was paid a free kick, but had already kicked the goal. So 1 minute into the second quarter, Tash, and it's a Tars. Yeah, and that ball, moving the ball movement forward, and a really, really good mark in these conditions to Annabelle Kiewit. Got that going forward for them. The umpire throws it up. O'Brien. So in the ruck. So that's a change that Heidi's made. O'Brien is in the ruck, and she's put Laura Smith, that just kicked that goal, as the full forward. Whereas they started the first quarter the other way around, so that's worked for them already. Yeah, Heidi Thompson, the coach of Waratahs, Paul Maher, the coach of St Mary's. A free kick has been paid. It's going to go to Sharona Bishop of Tars. Yeah, been playing for a long time. Got her playing at Buffs when I started up Buffs, the Buffettes. So, yeah, she's been around a long time, very skillful player as well. She designed their Indigenous round Guernsey, and also for the rep team as well this year. The umpire let that go. Hunt was in about 3 or 4 contests there, and the umpire finally blows the whistle. She's getting held on to a couple of times there, but good umpiring so far. Pretty consistent, and especially hard in these conditions. So Ko gets the ball to Zarafa. She needs to get rid of it. She does now. Good tackle by Danielle Ponta. There's O'Brien again. She gets her kick away. Kiewit goes without it. Good pick up there by Frill. Moves it forward. That's a long kick. Drop mark. Lifts it. Regathers. Good kick. Finds Singh by herself. In the centre square. Plays on quickly. She's ran herself into trouble. Gets the ball away. Waratah's here. And just the pressure applied by St Mary's caused the turnover. So umpire says play on. Yeah, Emma Stark there just dropping the mark, but she's got backup there in the form of Gemma Iacono. She puts it on the right, looking for a teammate. It goes over the top of everyone and hits Emma McNeil at her feet. Emma Stark back in there over the ball. There's an arm over the shoulder there, but the umpire calls play on. Billy Byers fighting for it, and Sharona Bishop as well. As they have a laugh, it was in between her legs. I think she was sitting on it then. No one could get that one out. Couldn't quite get it up, so a ball up right on the 50 line in St Mary's attack. Iacono gets it. Handballs to space. Clever hand pass there. Just made space for Bryant. Couldn't pick it up. Here's Byers. She loves a goal. Again, she handballs to space just to try and get there herself, and then causes the turnover and unfortunately drops the footy. Good strong work in there by Midson. Yeah, St Mary's just getting that pressure around the Waratahs to force the ball over up the St Mary's clubhouse, and so almost ticking up to the 4-minute mark of this second quarter. They get a lot of numbers behind the stoppages, St Mary's. They're really good, and Waratahs need to be awake to that as well. So McNeil going up in the ruck again with O'Brien this time. Gemma Iacono picking it up and kicking it out. Didn't go 15, but it is Joanne Baltais who gets the kick away. Emma Stark just kicking it off the ground, only as far as the Waratah player who clears that kick out, but it hits up to Iwanetti on the chest there for St Mary's. Accidental there. A couple of players were calling for the 50. She drives it
only as far as Waratah. She can't take the mark, so Dan goes in, and I think she done her best too. The player had her head down already, so there's not much you can really do there, but the umpire called it. It's Waratah. McNeil needs to, she just nearly got in that space there. Lucky not to give away the 50. That's a good kick, but unfortunately, Watts couldn't take the mark.
Good work by Pavic there to keep her feet and get the handball away, and now it's Danielle Ponta that runs in, and pressure by Pavic on the Waratah kick. It's going to bounce over the line.
Yeah, Ponta double team there as you need to do with Danielle. She's so skillful.
Emma Stark didn't realise it's a kick, free kick for St Mary's in the last touch rule. So right in front of the Waratah interchange bench.
Kicks it straight to O'Brien.
She's been fantastic for the Tars today.
She has been. Not much to kick to. They need to look at a switch, but St Mary's are in the right position. So another free kick going to Emma Stark.
Yeah, Emma needs to look a bit deeper, maybe sideways this time, because there's three Tars players there, and she's kicked it exactly back there, and it's going to end up with O'Brien again. So they've got to get it away from O'Brien. She's just dominating today for Tars.
So she plays on. Nearly got herself into trouble, and this is where she's kicked. They're playing kick to kick here, Stark and O'Brien, and Waratah did her best to not. Yeah, okay.
I would have paid it the other way.
I think I would have done. I was just about to explain it that way, isn't it? The arm went the other way, so yeah, it was a.
And there is Lisa Roberts on the bench standing there. She's living this game blow by blow, even though she's on the boundary line. She's a Waratah through and through.
I reckon it's the first final in history that number 13 is not out there for Waratahs.
So a ball in right in the middle of the ground on the wing. Picked up there by Pavic. She's been great today for St Mary's so far. Jacinta Friel getting a kick away, but only going to go as far as Waratah, and that's Megan Hunt who's chopped that off.
So she did look for the switch, and again it was cut off by St Mary's and Pavic. So
it's really coming into the game in this second quarter.
Just staying down the same line here. She gets around two players and goes long, but again it's going to go straight to Bishop. Now they need to look for the switch. Now she does,
Sharona.
and she's been caught holding the footy, so she went off her line, and Emma Stark was awake to it. She's going to come back. She tried to.
Well, she's an umpire. She knows all the rules, Tash, so she's trying to get away with one there, but she'll have to go back. Nikita Long is streaming down the field on her own. Right on the 50, she's going to boot that in. Looking for Caitlin Armstrong. Oh, she nearly takes another mark, but that ball is so slippery and wet out there today. Billy Byers at the bottom of the pack. It comes out the back. Armstrong picks it up and throws it on the right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I thought that was going to be a goal.
Just. In the dry condition, she would have taken the mark in the goal square in the first quarter and that mark there, but what she's doing is she's protecting the ball drop and just trying to get it, but probably in these conditions, it's going to be really hard. She needs that grippo on her hands.
I've seen her kick about 10 goals from that exact spot this footy season. She's been an absolute revelation for not just St Mary's but for our women's competition. So Sharona Bishop to bring it back in for Waratah.
And again, they're sticking to this one side, and I don't think it's exactly working for them. And luckily for Sharona, that's going to be a throw-in because it's gone in. It was inside the 50 there. So
Billy Byers picked it up there and he's claiming the free kick.
Because that bounced inside the 50, so it should have been a boundary throw-in. And Billy she went.
Well, there you go. A free kick now for Waratah, and that'll be Nikki Watts who has to jump the fence and go and get the ball. But it just shows how hard that ball is to control today, Tash, with that the wet weather. Yeah,
I think with the inside the 50, where in general play they probably want to play on as much as they can, but in the forward 50 probably just take a little bit more time and spot up a player. But again, we haven't seen the ball actually leave this vicinity in about the last 4 minutes. So
yeah, and we are ticking up to 9 minutes, the 9-minute mark in this second quarter. So well chopped off there by Jade Delacour for St Mary's. Emma Stark just goes over the top of her.
Oh, that's a throw.
Nikki Watts scoops it out to her teammate, and again Megan Hunt.
Yeah, she's getting herself in the game as well, and there's Bishop up underneath it. So she's reading the ball well, but for Waratah, she's taking all the marks back in that back line. The runner there was probably going to give away a free kick. Smith finally gets boot to ball. She took a long time. The umpire let it go. I thought the runner might have given away a free kick there. He was right in the middle of the play, and I think it's the Waratah's runner as well. So
yeah, it was.
Forshaw couldn't come out with it. She's still battling, and finally the umpire. So this will work in Waratah's favour, because once again, I think the dominance has been St. Mary's so far in this quarter, apart from the first goal that was kicked by Waratah's.
Pars with the goal, but they're just chewing up the time, so they're still holding that lead. A little kick off the ground now, and it looks like Winetti will pick that up, kick it into the forward line. Nikki Watts can't take the mark. Picked up by Nikita Long, but there's going to be a free kick paid, and it's going to go to Billy Byers.
Yeah, she did that really well, Billy. She was putting the shepherd on for Nikita Long, but her opponent grabbed her. I think that was Jenna Daniel. So she ignores the lead of Long. Now, with this wet footy, I would be putting it into the goal square for Armstrong. That's what she's going to do. So 2 to beat, and again, she falls back with the flight of the footy, and it hit her chest, but she couldn't break that one in.
Yeah,
so
she's working hard, Caitlin. But again, she had one Waratah player right in front of her and one behind her, so they are double teaming her. So
finally, they go to the far side of the ground here. It's going to pay off for them, and that'll
be a free kick.
That was either holding the ball, holding the player, but the umpire's letting everything go now. And again, a few players getting held onto there. The umpire has put away the whistle. So gang tackled there, the Waratahs player, just handballs to space, but it's all St. Mary's. They can drive this one back into the hot spot. It is there. Long's parked underneath it. Just landed in between her legs there. Bishop under pressure. And again, that's Gunderson, I think.
That's Hannah Fosbrook with the mark. Yeah, Hannah. She's signed with Hawthorn this season, so wants to finish off the season with St. Mary's, though, so she's been a real contributor to this team. It's her second or third season. Danielle Ponta runs looking for the handball, but Fosbrook's going to go back and take her shot.
She probably, she needed to spot up Billy just a couple of seconds earlier than that. She'd had 5 metres on her opponent, but unfortunately just delayed it a tad, and that's another behind. So
1 point.
A lot of opportunities gone begging here, but Waratahs will be happy, as you say. They're chewing up the time. They're still in front.
Yep, their defence is working super hard down there. The score, St. Mary's 2-5-17, trailing Waratah 3 straight goals, 18. Sharona Bishop bringing it in. Back towards us again, Tash.
Yeah, looking for Maselli, and that's come off.
That'll be a free kick to Waratah.
No, the umpire has said ball that one in. So
yeah, I thought that came off Jamie Bryan's boot. But,
it did, definitely did. But
we've definitely got a good view from up here, and now the umpires are going to have a chat about it. So 12-minute mark of the second quarter here at TIO Stadium. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL final series, and what a series we've got on our hands, Tash. It's just super exciting. So all these games could go.
So the winner of this game goes and plays a pint next week.
Yep.
And the loser plays Buffaloes.
Yep. Yep. Buffs had a good win over Nightcliff earlier today in a low-scoring game.
We'll be watching this. Shout out to Lauren Motlop, that's pretty pumped for finals. She said that she's looking forward to it, and wish her all the best in the finals.
Yeah, she's been playing for 15, 16, 17 years in this competition.
Yeah, so Winetti moved that ball forward. There's Lisa Maselli, but parked underneath. It was Delacour. She couldn't take that mark. Hunt, she's had a good second quarter on the ground. She tries to get boot to ball. Drill's thrown out the way, then hands it straight to O'Brien. Celebrity just come on. She trying to kick it off the ground. These two are going to go at it again. So
good. Aggie Singh with the body work there, and Gemma O'Kono. She never gives up.
And there she is there, and these two. It's just watch. So the umpire says play on.
And the ball's kicked out. It looks like Jeanette Grant there for St. Mary's. We were watching what was going on behind the play, but all the players are up and on with it. Jeanette Grant just getting it out there, looking for Nikita Long. She's got a bit of a foot race here with Madeline Jeans from Waratah.
Jeans did well as well to cause that turnover. Just sliding in, probably needed to keep her feet there. Numbers here for St. Mary's, and there's that backdoor hand pass to go forward here, St. Mary's. So Winetti. The numbers now are back there for Waratahs, just trying to help out Pavic.
Kick out there by Mifsud again. She's been sensational in this game. Emma Forshaw picking it up for St. Mary's and kicking it in, looking for Nikita Long at the back. It spills over. She gets tackled again by Mifsud, unable to get her kick away, and the Both players dive on the ball, and it's going to be a free kick to St Mary's, and it looks like Emma Stark getting up off the bottom with the ball.
Yeah, fortunate free kick there, and just a poor kick, and probably 50. Oh.
Yeah, Emma just rushing that. I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to move it on quickly, but the ball's so heavy and the skills aren't going to be as strong today.
She doesn't want Waratahs to flood back there, but this is where I sit inside the 50. Just take your time a bit and spot up a player. So Waratah plays on. Good long kick in these conditions. Singh nearly took a brilliant mark. Regathers. Gets boot to ball. Sally will try and come in. There's O'Brien. Probably been a little bit quiet the second half of this quarter. And they'll be happy with that, Waratahs.
Yeah, Hannah Fosbrook wrapped up with the ball, giving it back to the umpire. 15 minutes has just ticked over on the scoreboard in this second quarter, and it's a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, and the quarters have been going pretty much smack bang on 16 or 17 minutes. So Danielle Ponta picks it up. But again, there's the wall by Waratahs. But this is where it lets them down, because they try and kick it forward and the numbers are there for St Mary's, but this time Zarafa.
Yeah, and there's Winetti again just reading it so well. She's been sensational this second quarter in defence for St Mary's. Players just sliding on the ball. Surely a free kick.
Yeah,
no.
I thought that one too. Oh, now at the back here's Celebrity. So will it bounce kindly? It just props for her. And that's a poor kick. She needed to follow up her kick as well. Get down there and help Lauren O'Shea. Experience of Lauren O'Shea should be able to get this ball out. Singh's down there hanging around as well. It's out the back. The players haven't realised yet. Good smother there by Celebrity. She's pushed in the back. The umpire lets it go close to the boundary line here. They'll be happy to hold this up, St Mary's, and we get reinforcements back there. But
yeah, Emma Forshaw, the captain of St Mary's, getting up with the ball. Lauren O'Shea indicating she's going to go up in the ruck against Emma McNeil.
She gets that one away. Maselli goes without it. Crashing in there was Lauren O'Shea. I thought she got high on Danielle Ponta, but the umpire let that one go. There's Winetti. She's had a really good, strong second quarter.
Yeah, kick there by Jeanette Grant finds Gemma Iacono. And there's the siren for half-time, Tash. Well, what a game we've got on our hands here. Just the one goal scored in that quarter by Waratah to take a 1-point lead into half-time. Some of your better players in the first half?
Yeah, definitely O'Brien and Lisa Maselli, and I thought Hunt really got back into the game in that second quarter. And for St Mary's, of course, Danielle Ponta has been outstanding in the midfield. O'Kono as well, ruffling a few feathers, of course, as she usually does. And I thought Billy Byers and Winetti in that first half as well.
Yeah, well, we'll go to the halftime break. As I said, a 1-point ball game. Don't go away, grab a coffee, come back to your TV to watch a massive second half coming up after these messages.
Well, trying to work, it was Maney, probably in pole position there, but couldn't take the mark, but it's worked itself to centre half forward. Snapping round is Dunstan for the first of the day, and he gets it straight through the big sticks, and the big fella's got a snag. Robinson on Dunstan in the ruck, now goes over the top. Schwartz, he'll roll around and snap on goal. Very happy with that one. And goes through. Districts extend their lead again. Some rolling round. Surprised us with 4 disposals and third on all comers for the Buffs in that first quarter, but he's definitely live in this one. Now comes to Stokes. Stokes snaps it through the big sticks. What a goal that was. And Buffaloes hit back after that little scuffle. They're here to play. Once for Vretto. Vretto will turn and go. He goes to Robinson at half forward. In fact, it'll bounce into Stokes' lap. He just drew the defender, got it off to Robinson. Robinson handballs it further afield again. Now Armat Watkins over the top to Stafford in the goal square. Easy as you like. And the Buffs hit the lead.
Puts it out in front of his teammate there. Armat Watkins. Armat Watkins has got Clark running for him forward, hits him lace out. Clark runs to 30 metres, and again, magnificent transition by the Buffs. Clark, the vice-captain, likes it. Right boot, drills one forward, almost taken there by Sharples. Ball comes over the back to Stokes. Stokes on his right boot as he brought it round enough. He likes it, goal umpire likes it, and right before half-time, Buffaloes clear out to a 6-point lead.
Smith first to it. He just throws on the boot. Not a bad kick. Whelan flying through, gets it out now. Ellis Yeoman snaps on goal. What a ripper that was. Straight out of the middle. Cam Ellis Yeoman extends it back out to 9 points.
Stark Dennis versus Atkinson. Smith's going to come to Smith. Beautiful knock on there to McQueen. Back to Smith. Back there to his Southern Districts player. That may be Mentha. That is a magnificent chain of play there. Who was that, Will?
That's Ethan Maney.
That's Ethan Maney.
Corridor. Dennis was the target. Fist came down there from Atkinson. Fijo dancing through. Gets on to Barry. Barry snaps towards goals. Gone through. He has. So it's party time here for Districts. Another goal on the ball.
Drills one in. It bounces back there like volleyball to Staunton. He again drives it in. And the big ruckman, he's gone forward after that contest. Perhaps a better strategy for him, or perhaps he's that good, you don't know what to do. But Matty Dennis from 30, right on the siren. Goal umpire does not move.
Too far out to score. Waratah now in attack, over the back, running off and into an open goal. And that's the first one of the game, and that was Brodie Carroll. He's terrific there, but by that time once again, Stubbs Talbot, been impressed with him. But Waratah pinched the ball, go forward and missed to the right. No, they got the goal, the opening goal.
Edward Morris got that one.
Wills kicks forward, goes there in the direction of Langton. Kicks around his body and a goal. Guthrie, and Guthrie will get a free kick. No, it's the advantage is paid. Forward they go. Can't take the mark. Langton kicks around his body, and I reckon he snapped it. I reckon he's got it.
Yep, that's his second.
And back there has been fantastic player Kobe Priest for Palmerston Magpies. The Magpies will. Watty has it. Kicks on goal. Marcus Watty, I reckon he's kicked it. He's kicked the impossible goal.
Yeah,
from the right forward pocket, the right footer. Still working out, looking for the free kick. Nothing on it. Good umpiring. Kirby once again gets it forward. One grab, two grabs, and on the third grab, he's been good, this McGreary. 50 there, so he's just crossing the paint of 50 now, so it's got to be a 45-metre kick. Right of centre, left of centre, the right footer, kicks on goal, and they like it down there. They like it for a reason, because it is a six-pointer. McGreary, his first for the game. Where's Magro? There's the man himself. Magro to kick on goal. Can kick these. Can kick these, and he's got that one. He's got that one. Everything they can to keep that ball in the forward line. Picked up Croker. Croker gets it. Here he is. Doesn't mind being locked up hard in the left forward pocket. Runs straight at the goals. Kicks on goal, and he's nailed it.
Oh, as you can see.
He has nailed it. That's his third for the term.
It's 5 for the match.
One more to square it up. Two more to win the goal kicking. Footy had to handball it away. Gets the back inside. Goes to Bowd. Bowd will kick. They'll kick another goal here.
Yep.
Not Magro this time. Brodie Carroll gets his second.
it from here.
Yeah, well, he's right on 50. No, he's gone short.
Oh, and he's picked out Dunn. Is that... Oh, that's Rioli that's come down. With the breeze coming the way it is here at Gardens Oval. He sits it up, and he followed the instructions to a T. So Braden Rioli gets the Bombers on the board first. Hooker. Oh, probably a little bit too lackadaisical as Huppets gets it, goes at goal, guides it through for a 6-pointer.
Yeah, it may be hot up here in Darwin, but Huppets is hot himself. A beautiful goal from an angle.
Off it, gets dragged, trying to get it away. Trigwell with the diver there, gives it over to Philo. Philo then picks out a teammate, and that's Rinaldi, who straight away points at goals. He's going to kick from 45 metres out. 45-degree angle. It's a beautiful-looking kick. Guide that through. Leaders who spills it once, has time to regather and get on that right. He sets it up into the square where Robinson is. Punched away from him. Moo at the front. Moo with it over the shoulder. All clear. Was there. High tackle. Advantage is paid. Not a great kick. Well, this could be danger, though. Stepping around is Cantilla. Right foot snap at goal. He's going to bounce that through. To Wiley. Handball again. And he's going to get done for holding the ball. Advantage play.
Yep.
Yeah, winds onto Philo. Up to Bowen. Austral. Bowen just, in the end, 2 grabs. Takes it easily. Gives it off to his teammate, who just guides it through. Tipalora on the lead. Tipalora just plays on quickly from 60 out. He just sends it into the full forward, looking for Adam Tippenwoody. Showed a turn of pace just then. Adam Tippenwoody just sets it up at goal. Gee, it looks pretty good from here, mate. All clear from the goal umpire as well. You know what I mean?
Yes. Rain or shine.
That's right.
Here's a mark, you'd think.
Oh,
yes.
And it's Moody.
Once again, he's got out on his own. He's going to go for the hook
around the corner and seals it. One of the secondary tackles was high. Politis just kicks it long. Moo. Ryan Moo, the Roo.
Roo boy. Well, what's the start calling him Roo boy?
Over to Huppets. Huppets to Rinaldi. Rinaldi over the top to that man, Jay Moody.
His 3rd goal this quarter, Jay.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. here in Darwin on Larrakia country for the third quarter of this TIO NTFL Women's Premier League finals week 1. We've got St Mary's and Waratah playing 1 point the difference at half time, and the rain has just come down again, Tash, in buckets.
Yeah, it is, and just as the girls go back out there for battle, and what a game we've got on our hands. So I think St Mary's have been the more dominant side, and they're still 1 point behind, so it just goes to show that Waratahs are hanging in there, but all these goals really count coming with the rain still to come.
They do, as the ball gets pushed towards St Mary's. Attack scooped up now by Waratah, but that kick went astray, and it's going to go towards the boundary line. Emma Stark sliding on it, and you can just see the water coming off the field, showing how wet it is. Wrapped up there, spills out the back, and Waratahs get a kick away, but Saints have got the runners. Gemma Iacono and Emma McNeil leading the race. Iacono making the call, and a great shepherd by Emma McNeil there. Looking for Marsland, but again, some great defence by Taryn O'Hare from Waratah, and she hits up Annabelle Keevitt.
Yeah, Keevitt, good play for them in the second quarter. There's O'Brien. So she'll go to Singh. That was probably dangerous at the leg there, and Gemma's hurt herself pretty badly there, and I thought she probably was a bit dangerous with O'Brien, but she finally gets up, and that's a good mark taken there by Mifsud.
Yeah, she's been sensational for Tars.
And here's the chip kicking, so this is where they just not need to panic. Now try and spot up a player. O'Brien could keep running. That probably wasn't the best kick towards her, but she gathered it anyway and then drives it in. Missed mark there by St Mary's. Niven tries to clear the 50. She does just. There's O'Brien. Lack of communication there with Mifsud. Pushed in the back there, I thought. Keevitt, that's a great pickup in these conditions. Need to contest it. Went over the head of Jade Delacour, and Haas is there for St Mary. She can't gather the footy. That was just about diving at the feet as well. The umpire let that one go. Good hands there by the captain for St Mary's, and they cleared the 50, but it's going to come back in again if they can pick up the footy. Unfortunately there by O'Hare, trying to get away from McDill, which is hard to do. Mifsud. So she's...
great smother by Emma McNeil, but hit her right in the chest. Mifs is going to get it again. Gemma Iacono waits for her to pick it up and then tackles her. Players are just crashing in, and it's so hard to see out there with all the rain. Taryn O'Hare has come down from full back and kicks it in, looking for Aggie Singh, who just kicks it off the ground to the advantage of a teammate.
And it's hit the post.
That was Laura Smith in the number 14. It wasn't. It was Hunt, who... 24 for Waratah, who had such a fantastic second quarter, Tash.
Yeah, how exciting. Jenna Singh knew exactly what she was doing. She's seen her teammate at the corner of her eye, and that's where she kicked the ball towards, and this is going to stay in, so O'Brien's going to pick it up. Doesn't have many players around her. Maselli with an air swing there. Good work there by Frill. Finally gets the ball away. The umpire play on. O'Brien is trying to get through the pack, and it's going to finally go over the boundary line, and we haven't seen all that many boundary throw-ins because the ball's not bouncing, so it's not going out. So
not going anywhere. It's just hitting the deck and stopping. Like we said earlier, we need our fishing rod, and there's a few lakes out there.
Yeah.
But a throw-in just inside the 50-metre arc of the Waratah attacking end. Pavic going up now against O'Brien in the ruck.
Yeah, O'Brien nearly took that cleanly out of the ruck, but Pavic regathers, gets a kick away. Tracking the ball first there was Wheeler. He couldn't pick it up. Lifts it again. Oh, good work. Handballs to space. Maselli needed to put the shepherd on. She didn't. Dan gets there a bit late. That's a good kick in these conditions and just misses to the left side. So peppering the goals here, Waratahs.
They are. The score now, St Mary's 2-5-17, trailing Waratah 3-20, a 3-point ball game at the almost the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Kick in by Laurie Niven, hits up Hannah Fosbrook on the chest. She's been good today, Fosbrook, for St Mary's. Looking for Gemma Iacono, but that ball is going to beat her to the boundary.
Yeah, so free kick going the way with the lasso rule there to Waratahs. Keevitt plays on. She's got Maselli over the back. That's a good kick. She can play on as well. She's a noted goal kicker, but that heavy ball couldn't really penetrate towards the goal. Singh go for her second, and she has. Waratahs get the first goal of the third quarter.
Aggie Singh just showing her X factor there and how dangerous she is around goal. She doesn't really leave that, half forward line, deep in the forward line position. As we just watch the replay here, the kick in going over the top. Yeah, really clever by Lisa Maselli, who's a renowned goal kicker herself, and the ball just hits the deck. Hunt's been fantastic for Tars today, getting that handball out to Aggie Singh, who finishes off for a goal. Waratah 4-2-26, leading St Mary's 2-5-17.
So that's again one of the changes that Heidi Thompson, she's put Hunt down in the forward line. She was rotating through the midfield. So O'Brien is still in the ruck. Just seeing where Smith has gone.
And Aggie Singh becomes the first multiple goal kicker today for Waratah.
They're pretty good in these conditions as well, so handy goal.
Yeah, well, in round one, Tars dominated in this game, and Jenna, or Aggie as we call her, she kicked 8 goals in that game.
So just fighting for it here. Iakono, as always, at the bottom of that pack. The Waratah's players are after now. She tries to clear it. Lifts it again. Needs to get rid of it. She does. That's the importance of being able to handball left and right. You just saw that on display there by Mifsud. Iakono, I thought, was in her back, but umpire said play on. Just shoved out the way there was the St Mary's player. And now finally the umpire is going to blow his whistle. You can see there's going to be lots of sore and sorry bodies after this game. These conditions are very tough.
They are. So Pavic going up in the ruck there, but it's O'Brien who wins it for Waratah. Gemma Iakono hitting the ground. That handball comes out, but it's O'Brien for Waratah that gets it. Beautiful work there by Jamie Bryan it was for St Mary's, and Marsland traps the ball looking for Caitlin Armstrong. She's one-on-one in the 50 metres. She picks it up and has been... She held without it. The umpire says play on, and now she tackles the Waratah's player. There's players getting held left, right and centre there, and he's picked out a free kick to Waratah.
That was out of frustration there by Armstrong, unfortunately. The first one wasn't played her way, and just probably getting a little bit frustrated in these conditions. She's been kicking bags of 10 the last couple of weeks. So
and these conditions, like, you can hardly see out there, let alone try and mark the ball or kick it. But Waratahs have possession, and they're going to centre that, and it's a good, safe mark in the hands of O'Brien. She's been sensational. She's got Zarafa free on the wing over near the old scoreboard.
Yeah, they're probably just using the ball a little bit better at the moment. Probably didn't need that handball, but Zarafa gets the ball back. Here's O'Brien. She fumbled but had enough time to clean up. Hunt's going to hit this one. That's Smith. She's picked it up. Celebrities come on. Jenna Singh off the ground. Any other time that would have bounced through the goals, but it stays in the lake in the goal square. Singh again, and she's got her third.
Wow.
Waratah's at the second of this quarter, and Jenna Singh just dynamic. And we said at the start of the game, perfect conditions for her, and there we go, three goals.
And yeah, like, she just stays about 25 metres out from goal. She knows her strength, as we see the replay here. Running in and kicking it off the ground. Mishi Friel trying to tap it away, but Celebre putting on the Shepherd, and Jenna just picks it up, 1-2 and a goal. So Waratah 5-2-32, leading St Mary's 2-5-17, the biggest margin of the game so far, Tash.
Yeah, it's and with the rain, it's coming still. It's absolutely bucketing. It's just lightened up a tiny bit. It's still bucketing down, but compared to what it has been, and they're just really, really, really important goals to start this quarter for Waratahs.
Well, they sure are. So it's the 8-minute mark of the third quarter, and plays back underway.
So O'Brien, it's really helped in the ruck. Now they put Ponta back into the midfield. So she started that third quarter up forward. I think she needs to stay in the midfield, just get that drive and that grunt going. Iakono parked under that. Zarafa on the mark. She plays on quickly. Again, just rushed her kick. She had 3 players there she could have hit. So Gunderson.
And Sharona Bishop's going to get a free kick there. Really clever.
Experience. Age.
We love the oldies that have been around for a while. But yeah, Sharona Bishop, she's been rock solid in defence. But again, that kick just coming off the boot. It's so hard to kick out there. Iakono trying to pick it up. But
well, that was a throw. The umpire was blindsided there.
Danielle Ponton now taken front on without the ball, but no free kick.
Yeah, Hunt's gone into the midfield again now. So Heidi Thompson's made the change. Emma Stark's got the wheels here. Billy Byers goes to ground. Probably needed to just try and keep her feet there. I know it's hard in these conditions, but a second effort there, and that should be holding the footy. The umpire says no disposal, and now finally with the second effort, third effort there by Billy Byers. And again, just outside her distance. Her last kick wasn't her best, so she just needs to just wait for a lead, just in that hot spot there. There's no one. Waratah's O'Brien probably needs to get back just a little bit further. She's slowly going there now. Now she realises where the hot spot is, and Billy Byers just on her measure, I feel, but good kick into the Armstrong. So she takes the mark.
There she is. Well, she's been trying to do that all day, Tash, and she's been double teamed or been playing behind. So she's set up in front of the play and run onto the ball, and she should kick this through for a goal.
And she just sneaks it and make the goal umpire do some work, but she's got her first of the afternoon. And more importantly, I think with that kick, because it made her come out of the goal square a bit, it was just in front of the goal square there, it just allowed her to that bit more of a run rather than having 3 players in the goal square against her. So just that bit of that run just gave her that opportunity.
And she just reads the ball so well. So a third goal on the board for St Mary's, 3-5-23, still trailing Waratah 5-2-32. 10.5 minute mark of this third quarter here at TIO Stadium. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL Finals Series.
Yeah, I reckon the runner just went out to the defenders there of Waratahs. There was 3 girls and no one got a fist to that ball. And in the end, Armstrong took it on her chest. So probably a lack of communication back there. There's Ponta. Dances around one, then gets her kick away. Both holding there, so the umpire lets it go. Billy Byers out there.
Back.
And he's picked that. So a bit of momentum shift.
Now
and
she plays on.
Billy plays on quickly.
Emma Stark picking up, getting the quick hands out to Hannah Posbrook. She gets it to Caitlin Armstrong, and she puts it on the boot for her second goal. So 2 goals in a minute for St Mary's, getting them right back in this game after Waratah have dominated for the last half an hour or so. The score now is, we'll just watch the instant replay. Sorry, Billy Byers, so clever there, Tash, to play on quickly.
She did, and just the Emma Stark, the quick chain of handballs there, and Armstrong had a quiet first half, but already she's kicked 2 goals in 30 seconds, so we're on again here. We've got the 3 points.
Yep, so the score now 4-5-29, St Mary's trailing Waratah 5-2-32, back to 3 points, as you said, Tash.
So just these changes, so Celebrate's gone into the forward line, so just the match up, there we go. So Danielle Ponta, the grunt that they needed in that midfield. Billy Byers has gone in there as well.
And you can see the talk between her and Emma McNeil. She knows where McNeil's going to put it if she wins that ruck. So Waratah, O'Brien gets it. Ponta comes in with the tackle. Quick hands there by Geekus, trying to get it out to Jeanette Grant. Picked up there by Byers. The handball just misses Emma McNeil, and players run in there. Hunt again.
Really good work by Hunt. Jenna Singh going back with the flight of the footy. Zarafa should try and take these 2 players out. She nearly did. Singh now, she gets back to her feet so quickly. Kicks it into space. She'll chase this one as well. O'Shea just needs to try and hold up Niven here. She does. She does really well to hold her up. Gets the ball to Jenna Singh. Dances around one, ducks around one, gets her handball away. Celebrate. Seen the player running at her and drop the footy. Zarafa should get there first. That's kicking in danger. Well done to Jay Delacour.
Yep.
She got there first.
Good call by the umpire too, because it is dangerous. Delacour with the kick now, trying to get it out of defence, but it goes straight to that player again, Stephanie O'Brien. She is having an absolute ripper today.
Yeah, she is, and Celebrate comes off again. So Molly Thompson, she doesn't play her very long on the field. She's on there for really short bursts, and coming on for her is Nikki Watts, but we're with O'Brien. This will definitely fall short. So at the back is O'Shea, and that's touched over the line. So another important point in these conditions. But
St Mary's to bring it in via Niven, looking for her teammate there, and Danielle Ponta. She's down on the back flank, looking for Jeanette Grant now, and it's a bit of a foot race. Hunt just pushes her in the back, and the umpire has seen it. It was 2 hands, pretty clear there.
Silly free kick, that one, because Waratah's actually had the numbers there, so didn't need to give away that free kick, but fortunate there for St Mary's. Again, the numbers are here for Waratahs. Getting in there's Wanetti. She gets in there now, puts pressure on the ball carrier. Now Billy Byers trying to pick it up. It's a bit of a lake over on that far wing as well. The umpire, they've all stopped, and the umpire had to blow the whistle because the girls just stopped and that ball wasn't coming out. So
so Billy Byers indicating she's going to go up in the ruck against O'Brien.
She's got a good jump as well, Billy, so she often will chop out in the ruck when need be. just trying to move this ball. Danielle Ponta's pushed off the footy. In the back, Lisa Maselli, so she's going to earn the free kick.
Yep.
She's had a quiet third quarter. She had a good
really
first
good in
half.
The first half, yep. She's a very experienced player. She won the league goal kicking a couple of seasons ago. When Nettie, I think that is, chopping it off for the 17, but no clear possession. The two 17s going up against each other.
Oh,
Aggie Singh just brushes off Forshaw. She gets it to Zarafa, but it goes through her legs, and Jade Delacour will clear that kick out.
So Danielle Ponta on the second grab. Gets the kick away quickly. 2-on-1. They need to get the numbers here. Waratahs, they're on if they can get the ball out. Dan does. Just Stark had to hold up then. Just that handball allowed Waratahs to trap that footy. Just trying to clear away for her teammate. Bit of a rugby scrum there.
Yeah, that's a great tackle there that wasn't paid. So Mary's going to get the kick away. Jeanette Grant, the first one there. She's just pushed off the ball by Brittany Daly there by Waratah.
Grant went in again for a second effort there. She's again, so the umpire put the whistle away once again. You can see the lake out that the girls are in there. So Smith gets the kick away. It's all St Mary's. There's only one Waratahs player there. Maselli needs to try and get to this contest. McNeil is there now. Maselli is, and McNeil's caught holding the footy. Lisa Maselli was a little bit slow to get there, but in the end, she wrapped up Emma McNeil on the replay here. That's a good tackle.
So Waratah get the kick in, looking for Nikki Watt, I think it is, there in the forward line. St Mary's are going to run it over the line, and Billy Byers again with the ball. She's everywhere.
Yeah, they'd be happy with the stoppage there, Waratahs, because the numbers were, for St Mary's, because the numbers were there for Waratahs. So this gives them an opportunity to, and you can see two players just hovering around Aggie Singh here. They're worried about her.
Yep, and also Maselli over the back. She's so dangerous. Good tackle there by Jacinta Friel. But Mifsud again got the ball. Jade Delacour is going to wrap her up, but Mifsud managed to shrug her off and get her kick away. Looking for Hunt. Tapped out now by Winetti, but she leaves the ball behind.
So Hunt goes in again. She's gone for a third effort. Jade Delacour's gone back in as well. Gets the ball out to Danielle Ponta. She takes off, dances around one. Gets a kick away out the back. But Bishop, she's read that like a book.
Well done, Sharona Bishop. That's sensational defence.
She didn't take a backward step, and she's allowed to run off the mark, and an uncontested mark there to O'Hare. She moves on quickly. A diving mark to Lisa Maselli. Now, just Hunt did call for it, then she told her to just slow down, take her time. We're just on three-quarter time here. The siren is going to go, so she needs to probably move it on. I think it's within her beyond her distance, and the siren's going to go. Can they get one before the siren? O'Brien. She's picked it up. Can she shake the tackle? She does, and she's kicked it behind.
Just missed. Good pressure there by Billy Byers and Emily Forshaw. So the score now, Waratah 5-4-34, leading St Mary's 4-5-29. 5-point difference at the 17.5-minute mark of this third quarter.
We've had 4 goals in this quarter, so we'll go just a little bit longer, but not too long, I suspect. And
Pavic trying to pick it up there, but she's got Mifsud hot on her heels. Picked up by Maselli, who's well tackled by Jamie Bryant, but Mifsud now with it, trying to break the tackle. 1-2, that's a high... That's a high tackle, according to the umpire.
Danielle Ponta just asking there. Then there's the siren as Maselli takes the mark.
No, the mark won't stand.
No, definitely.
Lisa's trying to...
she's trying to con the umpire there.
Sympathy card there, but wow, what an exciting quarter and what a great game we've got on our hands, Tash, with a 5-point margin going into the third quarter.
Yeah, Waratah's come out all guns blazing and kicked the first 2 goals, and we thought, oh, here we go with the rain coming down. But St Mary's did really well to get back in the game and get the next 2 goals of that quarter. And I thought the change that got them going was Danielle Ponta back into the midfield.
Absolutely, and for Waratah, just the excitement machine. Aggie Singh has kicked 3 in the forward line. We'll go to the three-quarter time break and be back for a massive last quarter of this game after these messages.
Stadium. To the left of your radio, they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Picked up by Makara. Beautiful. Goes for home and has nailed an absolute rip order. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute ripper.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin for the final quarter of this awesome game between St Mary's and Waratah. We've got Waratah 5-5-35 leading St Mary's 4-5-29. One goal in it, Tash. Big last quarter coming right up.
Yeah, the last two quarters, Waratahs have got the jump on St Mary's. St Mary's got the first goal of the game in the first quarter, but be interesting, and whoever gets the first goal will be very critical, because the rain is expected to come back. But St Mary's moving the ball forward, just looking for any changes that the coaches have made. So trying to go forward here, Waratahs. They finally get the kick away. Lisa Maselli gets there first. Good tackle by Frill. Good smother. They've got the numbers here, St Mary's, but picked up by Frill. It's into space. You could hear the voice. Number of players around this pack. Kick comes out over the back. In their first, Waratahs. That's a good pickup in these conditions. And gets the wheels on as well. There's Aggie Singh. She's got some space. Tried to kick off the ground. There was Wanetti. She fell to ground herself.
Great pressure, yeah, Gemma Iacono there.
Tries to wrap her up. She doesn't have the footy. The umpire let that go.
It was either dropping the footy or holding the ball. It was one or the other. But play on, and Jamie Bryant in there for St Mary's trying to get, Marley Gunderson trying to get the ball out. And Billy Byers with the kick over the top of Nikita Long. Caitlin Armstrong's one-on-one in the forward 50, but the Waratah defender Taryn O'Hare just getting a kick off the ground.
Hunt gets the handball away. Waratah's players both fighting over the same footy. No talk there. And Heidi Thompson just watched her at three-quarter time. She really barked some instructions into the girl. You could see she's real adamant and
very strategic coach, Heidi, and she's got Lisa Roberts down there on the boundary, their injured captain, as we see the ball come out. Marley Gunderson, quick hands out to Gemma Iacono. The ball goes along the ground. Nikita Long just putting the big tackle on, and Iacono goes in again. Just those kicks are only going 5 or 10 metres because it's so waterlogged out there.
Finally, a kick into space. Maselli should get there first. It just bounced in front of her, picked up by Frill. She's got some will. She kicks it out to space. The numbers are here for Waratahs. Getting there first will be Ko. Ko picks it up. Not much to kick to. Smart. Touches the ground instead of bouncing, then kicks it to space. Is it going to stay in? And it dribbles out. So probably not the best option there, because St Mary's are going to get the free kick when they probably had the numbers out there. Waratahs to do a little bit better with that.
Yeah, Jade Delacour now looks to bring it in. It's a low kick. She's looking for Danielle Ponta, who's broken free from her player. Arches the back, Danielle Ponta style. She gets around 1-2, gives it to her, Catherine Dan, who kicks it high in the air, looking for Caitlin Armstrong, but Waratah with the numbers back. Great tackle by Caitlin Armstrong. Second and third effort to get the ball there. The umpire lets it go on like he's done all day. Nikita Long gets that handball backdoor. Another handball backdoor by Hannah Fosbrook, looking for Kat Dan, who kicked the first goal of the game. She hasn't got it.
Again, the umpire let it go. The ball's not coming out. It's got to be one or the other. Now it finally does come out. Waratahs trying to go back to go forward.
Jacinta Friel with the pressure there, but Lisa Maselli first to the ball for Tars Mifsud. She's been great all day. Her handball's chopped off by Jacinta Friel, and it's going to go over the line. Just a frantic pace this game in the last quarter, Tash.
Yeah, it's a good stoppage then. Armstrong there is the one that has caused this ball to stay in the 50. Oh, it's a free kick, so I thought that, I didn't pick that one up. It wasn't out of bounds on the full, but the umpire's found a free kick, goes down the line. So important few minutes here, just both teams throwing everything that they can to try and get that first goal on the board for the last quarter, but St Mary's looking a little bit stronger here. Drop mark, so the umpire didn't pay it. Thought she might have had enough of it. Waratah's players down there. The umpire again, he's streaming around this ball, and finally he blows his whistle. So there's Smith. She's put her hand up to ruck against Pavic. Smith gets it going forward, sliding in there was the St Mary's player. She needs to get rid of it. There's no attempt now. It finally comes out, and Iacono is happy to keep that ball in. And again, he's
calling play on. He's wanting the players to get that ball out, but it's not happening.
In these conditions, it's too hard. The players have jumped on it, and the rain's still falling here at TIO Stadium. Okay, I know her kick smothered by Maselli. There's Maselli, the experience, just trying to hold that ball up with Frill. Frill can't get it out. Waratah's players are around the footy. There's Hunt. Danielle Ponta goes in strong, and young Lisa Maselli's in there trying to get it out.
Yeah, but it's Pavic that gets the kick away, looking for Billy Byers. No one gets the ball. Nikita Long gets the handball out, but it just goes up in the air and straight back down. Jamie Bryant now putting the pressure on, allows Catherine Down, I think it was, to pick it up. Get that kick away. Nikita Long tries to pick it up, but it goes through her legs. Hannah Fosbrook now is down on the ground, and now Nikita Long bashes it forward, but it's only going to go as far as Taryn O'Hare, who's been rock solid in defence for Waratahs today. Her kick comes out to the side, looking for Aggie Singh in a foot race.
Well
with Tui
done,
Winetti, a one-handed pick up. High, that's a high tackle there, and it should be a free kick to Paula Pavic from St Mary's.
So yeah, Zarafa then just went in a little bit too hard, and the free kick come the way St Mary's, looking for Ponta. She's the go-to person, and if in big plays it will be Danielle Ponta that will probably come through for St Mary's. Forshaw picks it up, boots it in long. Billy Byers couldn't take the mark. Then she dives in. The umpire again is letting it go. There's a wrestle there with the ball between
Literally
Billy Byers.
And we've got an injured player for Tars. I know she's up now, looks to be okay, but that was great defence by Tars there, in particular Jeans. She's been really good for the red and white.
So again, we've gone 6 minutes already. There's no goal yet. So that goal is becoming even more critical as the minutes tick away here, especially for St Mary's, but it's in their forward 50, so where they want it to be, and the umpire again let that go for a long time. And Waratahs will be probably happy with this scrappy footy.
As you said, the clock is just ticking away and time is getting chewed up. 6.5 minutes. That should be a high tackle.
Yep,
and it is. So there's been a few of those. Hannah Fosbrook comes up with it. Billy Byers is leading
handball
already, but she's
Ponta.
looking for Danielle Ponta.
And she's caught holding the footy. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, Waratah were onto it then.
And she just went in the ruck as well. So I think if you were the Adelaide Crows coach, you'd be a bit worried chucking Danielle Ponta in the ruck. You don't want to injure her.
Oh, well, Fosbrook again just putting the pressure on so Emily Forshaw could pick that up. Here goes Ponta. She puts it up. She's looking for Caitlin Armstrong.
Couldn't take that one on the chest, but she loves these opportunities. She tries to pick it up. Billy Byers is there to help her now. She gets it back. She has a kick with the left, but parked in the goal square is, I think that
Taryn O'Hare. Yeah, no, she's been amazing today for her team in defence, hitting her teammate in Co.
Yeah, she's had a good last quarter.
Yeah, pretty sure she won the Reserves League medal last year or the year before.
She's going to a 2-on-1 situation here, so they need to, and she's realised as well, so she's gone to make the extra number up there. Okano can't get the ball away, and she's caught holding the footy. Didn't think she had much opportunity, but Lisa Maselli, there's the experience once again, plays on quickly, but Winetti in front of Aggie Singh. So she's had really few important touches in this last quarter. Goes up. That's a good fist in there by Mifsud. She tries to kick it off the ground. Doesn't go too far as it hasn't all day. Dispossessed of the footy. Waratah's here with a bit of run and space. Coming across was Danielle Ponta to put the pressure on. But Waratah's as the runner for...
Again.
Someone went down. One of the runners went down, but... Oh, the
Emily
captain gets back.
Forshaw with the hands to Emma McNeil. She's going to get wrapped up, though. She got ragdolled.
Yeah, she's caught holding the footy, so just...
It was pretty rough, but Stephanie O'Brien
sings out. If O'Brien can get this ball, she can. And Aggie Singh's going to take the mark, and then she's got to play her further afield. She plays on quickly. It's not the best kick. It hangs in the air, and getting there as Laurie Niven gets to the back. The numbers are here for St Mary's. Can they hold it up? I tell you what, they've done an awesome job to stop this goal if it doesn't eventuate, and the umpire says that's holding the footy. So well done there to the St Mary's defenders. But Aggie Singh, not the best kick forward for her, and here's the go-to player once again is Danielle Ponta. She'll play on quickly.
Hits up her teammate in Georgia Marsland. She's got players on. Emma McNeil's all on her own as well, but she's slowing the play down. Calling forward, but there's no one on the mark, so she's going to take it on and run forward.
Yeah, smart play there. But under this is Misfit. She was interfered there. The St Mary's player didn't have any eyes on the footy. The umpire let it go, but she gets back in there now, and the umpire is going to come back. Advantage should have been paid. Lisa Maselli was all by herself. was going to take the footy, but the umpires actually called it back. So
yeah, Waratahs wouldn't be happy about that, but they still maintain that 5-point lead, and it's 9.5 minutes into this final quarter.
Just watching itchy feet here by Lisa Roberts
on the, on the interchange bench.
Right on the interchange bench as well. But
yeah, Maselli just really coming into the game now. She's having an absolute blinder today.
Yeah, last quarter, and you're seeing it hits her on the chest, rebounds, it gets to Smith, good tackle by Delacour. Singh gets in there again, goes in for a third crack. She finally gets boot to ball. O'Brien will get there first, takes Laurie Niven down. I thought she was held without the footy there. The umpire again lets it go. Getting there's Lisa Maselli. Again, that experience. She's held without the footy. She played for that one a little bit. The umpire let that go. And this ball's not coming out, so another ball up. But this time it's in the Waratahs. Yeah, Waratahs forward 50.
Valuable time ticking away here. Yeah. So we've ticked over 10 minutes, coming up to 10.5. So right on the 50-metre line for Tars.
So Smith will go up. It's Pavic. Pavic gets the second effort there. As Rafa goes in, just uses her strength to try and barge through the pack. There's Maselli once again. She's absolutely been in everything in this last quarter. Jade Delacour. Smith comes out with it, kicks it to the top of the square, lands over the back, getting there. It's Hunt. She's pretty good at ground level as well. They get around her pretty quickly. She drops the footy. The umpire let it go. Again,
Winetti with the kick out for St Mary's, and the runners are on now. Mishi Friel just kicking it off the ground, then she turns around to try and pick it up, but she gets tackled. There's Tars with the numbers, and the handball goes out the back to Zarafa. She's just trying to bust through, gets the handball away, looking for O'Brien. She goes back and gets it again. Should be picked up again by Winetti here, but Zarafa comes in. Jade Delacour for St Mary's tackling Zarafa, and that ball hits the deck. Here comes Danielle Ponta now. She just wants this so badly, but she's getting double teamed and tackled.
Yeah, they know that she's the go-to person as it comes out, and the mark finally taken.
Megan
Hunt. And that was just sheer work rate there by Waratahs. I thought Zarafa, she was pleading to the umpire, and she's an important player. She's their captain, so she just needs to get back up and keep going and just play the whistle. But fortunately for them, Hunt was in the right spot, and she's taken an uncontested mark. And
well, a goal here puts the game almost out of reach for St Mary's, but a point makes it 6 points the difference. So what can Hunt do?
So there she goes, and she just pops it through. She's got the goal. Waratahs have the very, very important goal, the first goal of this last quarter. But we said in these conditions, so 11 points the difference is going to make it 2 scoring opportunities here for St Mary's, but we'll just watch here.
Just watching the replay, and I was just watching Lisa Roberts on the bench. So as you can see here, the safe hands of Megan Hunt. She's worked hard all day for her team, the Waratahs in the red and white. So the score now, Waratah 6-4-40, leading St Mary's 4-5-29. We're at the 12.5 minute mark of the final quarter here.
So what can St Mary's do? They're going to load up all barrels in this.
Yeah, they need to kick 2 goals.
In the centre square, just watching for Danielle Ponta. There it goes. There she goes. She gets on her bike. Can she break the tackle? She's triple teamed that time. St Mary's need to get in and get the bodies in there and just try and clear the path for her. She finally gets the kick away. Good diving mark there by young Emma Stark.
Yeah, Emma Stark, Pavic again. She's been sensational. Emma Stark just saying there's a player within her. Yeah, but there's no free kick. She gets the handball back to Danielle Ponta, who picks it up. She's triple teamed again in the back.
Yeah, just
the second umpire has called it, and called it correctly.
Yeah,
so she's free kick in the square to Danielle Ponta.
She's worked really hard, Danielle Ponta. She's trying to lift her team. Getting in there as Kiewit gets her hands in the way. Good work there by Sharona Bishop to make sure she didn't get in the players back. The umpire's going to call her.
Yep.
So she was very, very clever there, Sharona Bishop, and she'll waste all the time. She's got the experience, so she'll take her time with this one. And I reckon I'd go to Mifsud if I was her. She's close to the boundary line. That's where she'll go. And diving mark, but quickly gets back to her feet. Good body work there. Mifsud. She's definitely in the top 3 players for Waratahs.
Yeah, look
today.
how strong she is, just shrugging off that tackle, but
There's her partner in crime, O'Brien. She went in that was courageous. She comes out with the footy, kicks it up. Laurie Niffin's got a little bit of time. Okano's there as well, but she doesn't get the footy. She needed to use the hands there. Lisa Maselli, she'll go back and take her time. She knows that time's not against them. Looks for Hunt, bounces through her hands, comes to the back. St Mary's trying to desperately get this ball forward to get a goal, get them back in the game. And a good tackle.
Good tackle there by Byers.
The umpire let it go. So
Wanetti again, the two number 17s going at it with O'Brien. O'Brien's the one that keeps her feet. She's tackled.
They just can't bring it
Took
to
the
ground.
player with her, Jamie Bryant there, who's half her size.
And Maselli dives on it. So any consistency here, the umpire? Oh.
He's paid a free kick.
Oh, I think he's going to ball it up. So I thought Lisa Maselli just dived on that footy. She had no intentions of getting it out.
So the time is ticking away for St Mary's if they want to have any chance of winning this. We've gone 15 minutes on the clock. O'Brien winning the tap there for Taz, but goes straight to St Mary's. Looking for Billy Byers there. She lays the tackle on Pluka.
Oh. So the umpire...
I'm waiting for the umpire's call because I'm not sure what they're going to call.
Danielle Ponta, she's had an absolutely terrific last quarter. She's had a good game, but geez.
She bleeds green and gold and she wants this more than anything.
Yeah, right. Had a chat to her when we were actually playing on the ground when we played them, and she said this would mean anything more than the Adelaide Crows ones. And you can really see the way her determination out there and leading. So celebrate. Here's these two again. They've gone at it, and there's the siren. So the winners... Waratahs, they'll play Pint next week, and St Mary's and Buffs. What a ripper game that is going to be, St Mary's and Buffs next week.
Yeah, we've got a great final series on our hands, Tash, and great call by you today. It was Waratah that took the win, 6-4-40 to St Mary's 4-5-29. Goal kickers 3, Jenna Singh for Waratah, Laura Smith, Stephanie O'Brien and Megan Hunt with that important one in the last quarter. For St Mary's, Danielle Ponta, Kat Dan and a couple to Caitlin Armstrong. But who are your better players today?
Yeah, definitely O'Brien, Hunt. I also thought Jenna Singh with her 3 goals, very, very important 3 goals in the context of this game. And Sharona Bishop as well in the stood up in the back line in front of Armstrong there. And for St Mary's, I'd probably... Caitlin Armstrong was helped, but the 2 goals were pretty vital. I thought that Gemma O'Connor, Emma McNeil had a good one, but their best player definitely out there was Danielle Ponta.
Yeah, Danielle Ponta. Billy Byers tried hard all day, and Paula Pavic in the ruck for me. Wanetti had some important touches, as did Kat Dan. Well, what a final series we've got on our hands. Big thanks to you today, Tash Medbury, for calling with me. My name's Liz Cruz. Stay tuned now for the Men's Premier League final series. Nightcliff will be taking on the Darwin Buffaloes next up at TIO Stadium, followed by St Mary's and Waratah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.